special day. Why is it a special day? It's my birthday. Woohoo! So I said, we see Mumsy's in the house. Mumsy's in the house. Glad to see you here. And all righty. I've got a Gen X video that we can watch. It's not quite a game, but we can pause it and make comments and stuff. But first, I want to, and Gippo's in the house. Oh, 21st. Thank you so much. And let me put a little bit of my 1970s kissing potion on that I still have. I think it's cherry. Yeah, it's cherry flavored. Oh, that's better. Don't I look better just by putting the kissing potion? I don't have anybody to kiss, though. Kiss you guys. So I thought that I would, this shirt, I've actually had, I think since the late 80s. And so I dug up a picture. I had two shirts that were like jungle print shirts that I had at the same time. So I found a picture of me wearing the other one, but you get an idea. Share screen. How's that? Whoops. See? You guys can see. There I am with my snarky face. So let's see. We've got Jasmine. She was born in 1985. We've got James. He was born in 1988 in January. Looks like he's maybe not quite a year old yet. So this is probably taken in 88. 88 or 89. And that's my grandfather. If you hear me talk about Gurmpy, that's Gurmpy. That's my ex-husband. His name's Rick, for anybody who cares. And there I am wearing that like jungle print. Oh, and Chalet is in the house. Woo-hoo. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Maven. Happy birthday to you. And emojis. Look at those luscious lips. Yeah, that's because I just put on my 1970s kissing potion that I still have. What does that make it? 50 years old. No, it would have been 78, 79, something like that. Maybe I bought a second one in the early 80s. I don't know. 40 something years old. I mean, yeah. So good morning, everybody, she says. So yeah, that's a snarky me wearing one of my jungle print, and here's the other jungle print. I had two. So I'm just kind of proving that this shirt is like almost 40 years old or 30 years old. Sassy. I like sassy better than snarky. I don't know. I like snarky actually. And so, let's see. I'm wondering if I think I'm just going to have to share it a different one. So, tonight, I got a couple of pictures from tonight. Ooh, Chalet, sexy, snarky, and sassy. Wow. Oh no, Shell is here, Gibbo says. Let's see. I have to go into a different folder. Made it so it would be kind of easy to find. Travel, me, local culture, friends. I'm just scrolling through the folder to find the one. Here's one of them. Excuse me. Ta-da. All right, need to share. So that's me and my friend Jessa and I at the Hard Rock Cafe today. I got a free t-shirt. They said, take your receipt downstairs to the store and you get a free t-shirt. It says Messi on it, not with a Y, with an I. All right, MESSI is in the soccer player, football, whatever. Okay. And then Hard Rock Cafe and a little bit on it. Gibbo says, I fell, but I'm not dead. Okay, I might be dead. Oh no! Well, then you must be in heaven because you're here. And Snow's in the house. Snow's in the house. Happy birthday! You know, I was talking to Tony, and he said that was like, hey, why don't you play Mario Brothers? I said, oh, I don't play those kind of games because I was telling him we do Gen X games, and I said, but you know who does? Snow. Yeah, and you're a moderator, Snow. So drop a link to your YouTube channel, and because I said, oh, when Snow does live game playing stuff, so you might have somebody. Tony might be interested in watching the next time you go live, especially if you want to play Super Mario Brothers. Oh, you played it back in the day, yeah. So who knows? Maybe some people would like to watch you play that. I don't know. But feel free to drop a link to your YouTube channel. So, because he said he was going to check in. Your grandkids are addicted, Chalet. All righty. So let me find, and here's the other picture. So that's Tony. That's Jessa. That's me. And that is John. So they joined me for my birthday dinner. Let me see. I have a little bit of video. I wanted like a minute's worth of video. I gave Tony the phone, and like I think he pressed like play and stop on the video like at the wrong times. Bless his heart. So, oh yeah. Okay. There's my saved messages. Attach. So I got to send it to myself in Telegram, and then I can download it onto my computer. Okay, this one. It's only 4 seconds. Okay, it's uploading into Telegram. Okay, done. Now I will download it from there, save as me photos. I'm going to put 001 in front of it so it goes to the top. All right, so let me close that. There it is. Oops. Let me pause it. Okay. 6. Fox loves to watch other people play. He's 6. Well, there you go. And Gibbo remembers Mario on the old Game Boy. Yeah, I know. Okay, there. Snow. Thank you for adding. Thank you for adding that there. And then live now. Got someone sending me a message. I sent them the link. Live now. Here's the link. Oh, share. Okay, present. Yes, here. All right, you guys ready? Can you see? So let me get it back to the beginning. There I am with my free ice cream that they gave me at the end, and they brought a whole parade coming out, singing happy birthday and stuff. And check this out. Whoops. I'll try to. Okay, wait. Let me bring it up. Look at that. On the screen, they say, Dear Miriam. I think they do that now before, like, so anybody that's in the restaurant, so like when they all come out going happy birthday to you, then everybody knows the name, so they can say, Dear Miriam, right? But so that's why I'm like pointing at the screen, like going like that, and then he turns to the screen, and then it's kind of blurry, whatever. So it was supposed to be like a minute, closer to a minute. So so that I could put it up on my YouTube shorts. I don't think I'm going to put this up on my YouTube shorts. Look, she's waving the balloons. You know, dear Miriam. There you go. So that was my birthday this evening. Stop sharing that. Yeah, awesome. It was so nice. And I had a steak. I had a New York steak. It's been years since I've had a steak. Years, I'm telling you. Steak, it was $23, which I guess maybe that's not a lot, but for Cambodia, that's a lot. I don't spend that much. I spend $5 if it's $5. If it's $7 is like a lot for me if I'm spending $7 on a meal, So $23 was like, wow, super expensive for me. It did come with mashed potatoes, came with gravy, came with steamed vegetables, which like had no salt, no butter, no nothing. I mean, it was just like they tasted. It was carrots, broccoli, green beans, and some cauliflower. So traditional medley. But it like tasted like water. I didn't sprinkle any salt. I just ate them. It's a good price. Yeah, it probably is. And I asked for it medium well. It was cooked perfectly, absolutely perfectly. And I think they used U.S. beef. I think they import U.S. beef, and it was, oh, it was so tender. It was so great. I mean, there was like a kind of like a fat grizzly thing around the outside of it, but that's supposed to be there as they're cooking it to make it juicy. So I just cut that part off and I brought it home for the dogs. You're buffering. Oh no. I mean, I don't see myself buffering on my side. So it might be your Wi-Fi. As long as I enjoyed it. Yes, I did. And oh, it was so good. And the mashed potatoes were so good. I love any kind of potatoes, and they were very good mashed potatoes. They put like a garlic butter on the steak. So I kind of moved it around the steak, and I thought, what am I doing? I don't need this to all melt on the steak. I need to put this on the mashed potatoes. It was good. Oh my gosh, my face is frozen in a funny face. Well, you're the only one that's seeing it, Gibbo. Yeah, it was yummy. And then the ice cream had tons of whipped cream. That was great. It had some chocolate sauce, and it had walnuts sprinkled on it. Instead of, most places use peanuts because they're cheaper. They actually had walnuts on it. Not a lot, but a few. And so that was nice. And a maraschino cherry. So delicious. Happy anniversary to your daughter, Chalet. A wedding anniversary today. Oh my gosh. So are they going to do something? Are you watching the kids while they go do something? That's probably what's happening, huh? Yeah. 10-year wedding anniversary. That's great. Wow. Oh, Gibbo says shorts are the best way for your channel to grow. Yeah, and I do actually. I have a whole full. You guys want to see the shorts I have? You guys have sneak preview. Happy birthday! Sneak preview of shorts. Maven videos. Concert. Oops. Okay. Let me get over here. Present. Window. Here we go. All right. So this is a concert that I went to twice a year. This organization does, there's a choir, there's instruments. They do a concert twice a year. And so this was just a little video. Tomorrow they'll go out. Oh, I won't I'll schedule. Well, tomorrow I will upload them and schedule them for different times so that, like one per day or one every 2 days or something like that. So to show that there is some culture in Phnom Penh, here we go. Queen is in the house. Queen is in the house. Thank you so much. So everybody's standing at this moment because this was the first song they were singing. Apparently, it is the national anthem of the European Union. It's Ode to Joy. So that is the national anthem of the European Union. And that was the theme of the concert. So they were doing a song from different countries in the European Union as for the concert. All right. So what's next? Can I move to another video? I have to actually close the player. What if I go back? Oh, good. Okay. Recent media. Open files. Here we go. Open a folder and play all the media in that folder. Well, let's see. Maven videos. Okay. You guys know cat tuna. There's that one. You know that one. How to upload photos. I did this for my mom. Here, watch just a second of it. Hey, I'm going to show you how to upload photos into a Google Drive folder that has been shared with you. All right. So, adding. Here's this what it looks like. When you click on the link. So there you go. I did an instructional video for Mumsy. Okay, let's see what's this one. Oh, I know. Okay, so I'm going to be doing a video. I'm going to put together 3 videos of where not to live in Phnom Penh. You're welcome, Mumsy. Or are you saying you're welcome to somebody else? So no British song. Oh, they did a British song. No. I see what you're saying because they're not part of the European Union anymore. Good one, Gibbo. All right. So this is one area called Lakeside where you don't want to live because the lake is no longer there. It's been filled in. And now, and at night, this is all drugs. This is all drug area. And before COVID, there was actually kind of like a artsy renaissance happening. So like that graffiti and stuff, there was actually like graffiti art in this area. That's why you see a lot of graffiti. And this is in the daytime. But the whole art scene is gone. It's just drug users. So not really the place you want to live. All right. No, Brexit means Brexit. We are still waiting to see what it means, but yeah. Okay, what's next? Oh, this one's cute. So, Mumsy, I'm sure you remember seeing motorcycles that are completely loaded down with stuff and so here they are. This is at the feed store. So I was buying cat food and dog food and saw this guy loading up his motorcycle. So I thought, oh, perfect to make a video. This is how you pack for delivery. Look, it's so skinny for him to drive. I have 2 of them because he wasn't getting on the motorcycle yet. So I started it again. You see that, Mumsy? Chalet says that your vacation pictures were great. Okay. So that's that one. So, oh, is this the next one? Oh yeah, this is so it's a minute 45. So I would have to edit it to 1 minute to make it a short.
Packing for delivery at the feed store.
See how skinny the spot is for him to be on it?
I want to see him get up. Okay, everything's secure.
Your teacher from high school's husband is working on that crazy horse since 1986. Wow, Chalet. Look at that. He's got to get the key in.
They said put the helmet on. No?
Queen.
No, not put the helmet on.
Oh, look. And they have to get him off the stand first. I love your comment, Queen. I said it.
I give you good luck.
Yeah. There he goes. And I can tell you from experience that you don't have full motion to turn. Oh,
Yeah. If you give me $1,000, here is my ABA scan QR. Give me $1,000. I will go in the bathroom and tell the spiritual man that to bless you, give you blessing to change your destiny. Yes, those $1,000 that you put in my ABA,
that's a bank.
you will get back $20,000. Yeah. Here, let me give you a little bit of gold. This is magic gold. This magic gold will increase your fortune. Okay. Okay. Yes. Here's my ABA. I have.
Okay, so I got to tell you guys about this one. This was from this was one of my tutoring students, and he agreed to do this skit with me. It's based on a real news story. So I was using the news story to point out particular English words to increase his vocabulary. And when we were done, I thought, oh, this would be great to like make a little skit. And so I pretended to be the person who was arrested, who was scamming people, and he pretends to be the customer. And so she was saying like that she's a fortune teller, but she's got this spiritual man in the back room. And if people gave her whatever amount of money, 500, 1,000, whatever, and then she would go in the back room to the spiritual man who may or may not have been there, and then their fortunes would be increased, and they would get back like $20,000 or something, right? Yeah, but that's why I kept going. Oh, in my ABA, just scan my QR, and you give me $1,000 in my ABA, because it was all about the money. If he falls, will they lift him back up? If he falls and he's not injured bad enough, yes, people will help you back up. But if he's injured, that's going to be a different story. Was this the first time you getting arrested? Yeah. No, I'm just acting. Gibbo says, Queen, I asked for a side of rice, not rice in its side. Let's see, what do we got next? Mango teamwork. So this is in my garden. This is Sremao. You hear me talk about her all the time, my pet nanny. This is her husband up here. This is my neighbor from across the way. And they're everybody's working together to get the mangoes out of the tree.
Teamwork to get the mangoes.
That's her baby. Just kidding. Yeah. Got to watch out for those juices.
Watch out, watch out.
Look at how he's in that tree. He's bracing himself with his legs.
Close to me, and Popeye the dog is underneath and could bite her.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry, Chalet, for your husband.
teamwork.
All righty.
So this is
Oh, this is a good one. Be careful of those mangoes. Delicious. Oh yeah, they're fine. Yeah. I've got 4 trees on the property, 4 mango trees. And like they all bear fruit at the same time. I mean, they're just dropping and rotting all over, But people come walking, in the neighborhood and just getting mangoes from everybody's tree that's on the street. And I'm like, yes, please. They'll ask me, oh, may I please have some mangoes? I mean, yes, please take some because they're just gonna rot. There's no way I can eat them all. But I do make like a mango salsa. So good. Where are his gloves and glasses? Ah, when you pick them, they explode. Okay, so I went to get my pork and rice for breakfast, and this is so they drive American style, not British style. So this car is facing the opposite side. You can see that here's the lane for traffic, and it's just parked right there. But I talk about it, so hope Richard is okay. Maybe Miriam never experienced. I've never had mangoes explode while picking them.
what some people get away with for parking. There's the street. There's the shop for rice and pork. There's nobody sitting in this car. Now I can. Oh, there she goes. Oh, maybe, no, the driver's not in there. I was gonna say you're getting your takeaway, so you park there. Oh, so okay, someone is in the driver's seat. Yeah. Anyway, that's what you do here in Cambodia.
Yeah, that's what you do in Cambodia. You just park in the middle of the street while you're waiting, while you get your food. That's a drive. That's what drive-through is in Cambodia. There's only one building that has like a proper drive-through, and that's a Carl's Jr., the first Carl's Jr. that they opened here. And people didn't really know how to use it, I guess, whatever. Because they're used to doing that. You made a delicious mango salsa once. Yeah, mango salsa is so good. Explode a figure of speech. All right, so this I'm showing that orange construction cones do exist, but not everybody uses them, especially if you're out in the countryside. Now, this is a part of Phnom Penh, but here, when these motorcycles move out of the way, you'll see what they use, orange cones. Who needs orange cones? Here you go.
Who needs orange cones for road construction? Hey, a couple of boxes, some plastic, some bamboo sticks. You're all set.
They can expel for meters. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is one of the second of 3 areas not to live in, and I will show you why. I might pause on this one to point out a couple of things. Let's see. So pay attention to these people over here. These are drug users that are just like you would see, in San Francisco and LA and Pittsburgh or whatever, all these places across America where the zombies are. This is the area. It's called Street 51. That is like that. So you've got some people kind of camped out here, and then here you have a lady that's just using somebody's water to wash her baby, to bathe her baby. Queen says it's true, Maven. You read up on it yesterday that they can expel for meters. I can believe that. French. What's French? Here's where she's washing the baby. This is a bar called Heart of Darkness. It's been in Cambodia since before I came, so it's over 20 years old. I'm writing with one hand because I'm holding my camera in one hand. So here's some crack users and stuff too over here on this side, and on the corner here, this is a club called Pontoon. So at night when Pontoon is open as well, it's just full of thieves and drug users. These guys over here are doing their crack or whatever. So that's kind of hard to break with just one hand. Okay. And okay. Let's see, what else you say? Yes, French. Chalet and I were speaking French yesterday. I see. And Gibbo says no crack users. The cat's in the way. Or come here, Mango. Oh, okay. Oh, crack users, fancy. Okay, Gibbo. And my we. I think Chalet is saying, talking in French to Queen. Okay, so this is the third video. This is a street called Street 136. I haven't actually replayed it yet to see, because on both sides of the street is nothing but girly bars. That's what we call them here, is girly bars. So let's see how it looks. There's a dog. Go-Go Pub. Honey Pot. Now you see at night, you see those, wait. At night, they would have girls in skimpy clothes sitting out here to attract men to come into the club, into the bar. Say certainment. I want to live there now. Gibbo. Well, if that's what you want, look at all your choices that you got here. So basically, you have a bar where when you buy your drink, the girls are all lovey-dovey, touching you and kissing up on you, and and then you buy lady drinks. So, and then like if you buy a lady drink, so a full price drink, $1 goes to the girl. Skimpy clothes, you're sold. Oh yeah. I should do another clip at night, but I'm never out at night. So, but if I'm out at night, I'll try to take a ride down this street at night, and so you guys can see the difference. Someone said I'm still alive. Yes. So, Street 136, another area you don't want to live in. This one's already up. Careful at night, for sure. So this is at a wedding. So that one's actually already up. Oh, what's this?
This is baby Wilbur. She's the matriarch of the family. She sleeps on my bed by my head every night. She doesn't tolerate any slack from anyone. Is that the word? And she runs a tight ship. This is baby Wilbur. She's named Wilbur because of Charlotte's Web. The little pig was the runt, and she was the runt of the litter. I mean, baby Wilbur was the runt of the litter. And Wilbur was the only name I could think of a runt. So she's named baby Wilbur.
Oh. Sorry, Mom, that it's not loud enough. By the way, Gibbo, I see your French don't have birthdays. They have nothing but grumpy people there. That's funny. And Queen says, Joyo anniversary on anniversaire Maven. Thank you, Queen. Oh, and you're both here. So Canadian Fishing Museum and Queen are both in the house. All right. Mumsy says the video's not loud enough. I'm sorry. Good to see you. Hi, Shell. Everybody's saying hi. But let's see. This is Cassie. So let's see what I say about Cassie.
This is Cassie, short for Casanova. When he was born, he was the only male in the house. But now we've got adopted Kitty Kitty. You may know him as the thief. And so he's not the only male anymore. But yeah, Casanova, known as Cassie, loves to sit in the sunshine, watch the birds in the trees. He's pretty, overall, just a cool cat. Say hi, Cassie.
I couldn't have planned that better.
Very nice bathroom. And I was about to take a shower. I thought, oh, I'll take a shower. And there's like no towels. And I'm like, I'm going to need to call downstairs to ask them for towels. Yeah, this beautiful decoration on the bed is the towels. Duh. So I just checked in at Mekong View Tower 2. And the bathroom was so nice.
I did
a
second take.
I'm like, but there's no towels. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna need to like call down and ask them to give me some towels. I can't believe that I don't have any towels. Yeah, where are the towels? Oops. Duh, these decorations on the bed are the towels. Oh my goodness. Shows how often that I go stay in a hotel.
So how are we doing? Gibbo says we had male ginger cats growing up. They were like lions. Yeah. Put the lid down. Looks like a big coffee filter folded in half. I know. I mean, how many times did I walk by it on the bed and I didn't even pay attention? Oh my goodness. It was so stupid. Let's see. Those are like a massage place. Oh, let's see what this says. Sorry for the sound on that, on this. Where's mute? Okay, so I'll turn this sound down for this one. But that's a sand barge. It's full of sand. And like they're constantly pumping out water from the bilge because it's so low. I don't think I can zoom. Excuse me. Yeah. It's crazy. Tre plut. Okay. Here, let's see what's next.
Yeah. Going to the countryside and you don't want to ride your motorcycle there, but you want to have your motorcycle when you get there? No problem.
That one's already there.
I'm pretty sure
That's Starbucks. That's me being a Karen. You want to see me being a Karen? Okay. So here's the video I did first.
I'm pretty sure those two coffees are my coffees. But they haven't called my name. And they've been sitting there for at least 5 minutes. I made my order about 15 minutes ago. You can see how busy it is. Yeah. I wonder how long it's going to take them to call my name.
Dude,
I'm sitting waiting for my coffee. I ordered 2 coffees.
So they said that because I ordered through the app, and they said that like when you order through the app, they don't call out your name when it's ready. And so I had a nice tone, but a firm. And then, we had a good discussion and everything, and we got it all resolved. So I mean, I wasn't like a crazy Karen. And okay, that's it. Say my name. Say my name. Well, see, the thing is, in the Starbucks app, my name is my Cambodian name. So it's Kem Arun Raxmai, which Kem is the family name. And then Arun Raxmai means sunshine. So my name is Sunshine in Khmer. And so, yeah, if a Starbucks doesn't say my name, I won't pick it up until they say, like if they just say, Madame, or something like that, I'm like, and I'll go like, until they say my name. But only at Starbucks. I only do that at Starbucks because if I'm paying that much for a cup, it's $3. I don't know where it is the rest in the world, but so I don't eat there. I don't drink it every day. In fact, in the last month or so, I've had it like once a month. I usually get it like once a week or once or twice a week. But the last month, I've gotten it like once in the last month. And then there was a birthday one. I get a free one for my birthday. So yesterday I got my free one for my birthday. But yeah, if I'm paying that much for a coffee, also I take the napkins. Because buying napkins and paper towels is actually quite expensive. So I'm like, if I'm paying this much for a coffee, I'm taking napkins and they're going to say my name. Because that's why Starbucks is known for that. And that's why people play all kinds of pranks by telling them something funny to write on there. And then when they say it out loud, it's some kind of prank and funny because they always say the name. So they got to learn that. It's a international brand. They need to say the name. Don't freeze on that, please. Gibbo says that in the UK they have Starbucks, but Costa Coffee is way cheaper and bigger coffees. Yeah, Costa is like they have that in LA. We don't have that here in Cambodia. We had the coffee bean and tea leaf. I think it was something like that. We had that here for a while, but I think it went out of business. That's right. If you own the franchise, you do as the franchise. Exactly. So most of the time I go to like the same one, so I get them trained. and then they know. And they know me when what the app says my name on it. So they know Arun Raxmai. And they know I always get decaf and everything. So they're not going to mess up on the decaf because they know I always get decaf and stuff. So they're good. You were just talking about that. Cool. Alrighty. So you guys, certainement is definitely, like certain. I'm certain about that. Definitely. Certainement, that's not meant. It's not certainement, right? It's certainement, 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 absolutement. But Poirot, Hercule Poirot, exactement. That's what he always says, exactement. That's how I know that all of those that go are mon instead of meant on the end. And the French adapted the Khmer language into Roman alphabet, and because it's a Sanskrit kind of thing, and so they they're the ones that adapted it to, and so they used all the French rules. So you have all these silent S's and things like this. Drives me nuts, but whatever. And then how we go, k, a, t, cat. And so a short A is a, cat, k, a, t, a, cat. No, they do aw. A is an aw instead of an a. And so since they think like that, then when they try to read English, they screw it up, Or they write something you think is English, and they have an A that, representing an aw sound instead of a. Un chien. One something. Un is got to be one. Merci, Madame Judy. Yeah, merci, thank you. Dog, snow, dog. Let's see. Cat it's spelled C-H-A-T, and then I want to say chat. Like chat noir, right? Is black cat. But it's not pronounced chat, is it? Durian. There's a fruit called durian that would be spelled like that without the space. Oh no, that's an A-I-A-N. Shat. Okay. It's spelled with a C-H, but it's an S-H sound. Shat. Chat noir is I don't know if it's art deco or art nouveau. Why don't I show it to you guys? Okay, share. What? It's this. You see? And that's very famous. And so when I was there, I got some kind of souvenir for my tea parties with that on it. I think it's like a little tea tray that's about that big, and it has that on it. Now I'm curious if it was an establishment in the Bohemian Montmartre district of Paris. I've been to Montmartre. It was opened in 1881. It was the first modern cabaret. Let's see, 1881. So it's got to be Art Nouveau was before Art Deco. Art Deco is like the 20s, like the Chrysler Building and stuff. Early history. Second site. Da da da. Da da da. Da da da. The last show was in 1897. Da da da. Come on, give me if it's Art Nouveau. Shadow play. Puppet theater. Who made? I bet it's the famous guy that did all the Art Nouveau work. Cultural associations. Okay, wait. Chat noir. Poster. Artist. Theophile Steinlen. The image went on to become the icon of printmaking and the culture of entertainment. Who is the artist? Why is it so famous? It was a hotbed for artistic avant-garde. Nouveau, Art Nouveau. Here it is, right here, right here. Swiss-born, French Art Nouveau painter and printmaker. It's my birthday. I had to do it. It's my birthday. I shat myself. I know. Oh, let me go back. I gotta go back. Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. Shat. Or is it shot? You remember we were just saying ah and ah, shot instead of shat. No, but you're saying the American shat. Oh, Mango wants to go outside. Depends on if cat is masculine or feminine and the way it's being referred to. I believe that. There's so much of that in French. I just gotta get the key and let Mango out. Who's a good Mango? Mango. Please, the other cat isn't out here. Hey, Mango. Be good, kitty. I have to put it back. If I don't put it in its place, it'll get lost. Close enough. Chat is feminine. Ah, well, then that must have been a male cat because it's only CHAT. One day when we all meet up in Gay Paris, yes, that would be amazing. Paris is beautiful. Yes, it is. I've been there. Mumsy and I went to Europe, but you didn't get to go to Paris. I shot myself. Gibbo says Paris was beautiful, but not anymore, sadly. Yeah, a lot of protests and stuff. You want to make sure you stay out of certain areas. We should all meet under the Eiffel Tower on New Year's Eve. Wasn't that in a movie? Rich baby. That's so sad, Gibbo, that it's, yeah. Yeah. I already did my French photos, so if you guys are interested, go into the playlist of the travel vlog and look for France, and you can see my France pictures. Les Tours d'Eiffel. It's like when you have that D apostrophe, do you like make a vowel sound after it, or you just kind of put it together with the word like Deiffel? Or do you have to go do or duh? There's like the friggin' D gets all these, but then it's like with Bob, whenever he'd like try to correct me on something like that with a D, and I'm like going duh. It sounds like barf, duh. You know, he must have lied in French class. Yeah, the awful tile. The tour, les tour de awful, or is the old? So I don't care. Let's watch our video. What's up?
These are the moments that marked a generation. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 defining moments for Generation X. For
So
this
let's see if we
list,
believe
we're
it.
looking at the cultural and political moments, events, and trends that shaped Generation X, focusing on an American perspective. The exact age ranges of various generations are debated, but we'll be following the Pew Research definition, which identifies Generation X as those born between 1965 and 1980. Number 10, the death of Kurt Cobain.
Hi, I'm Kurt Loder with an
Okay, you guys remember the death of Kurt Cobain? It all depends on the word, Maven, and the structure of the sentence. I believe that. I believe that. And then the whole male, and that's why you need, I had someone explain to me, that's why you have the silent S, because it defines the mass, like if you have to add something to a masculine or a feminine word, if it has the S, you do it one way, and then if it doesn't have the S, you do it a different way. So you got to have, so that's why the S isn't pronounced. It's just there as a marker for in case you have to add a suffix later. That didn't define me at all. It didn't define me, but I remember it. I remember it happening. Yeah. Yeah. Defining is pretty strong. I think that's why it's number 10. You know, the 27 Club. Yes. The death of Robin Williams did, though. And that's because we all grew up with Robin Williams starting from Saturday Night Live and forward. And so even though he died more recently, you know, yeah, we grew up with him from Mork and Mindy, you know. Well, I guess Mork and Mindy came after Saturday Night Live. So how about when the boomers refused to hand power to Generation Nothing, as our parents called us? This is true. They're still there. They're not handing nothing over. It's going to jump over us right to the millennials. Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, Prince. Yes, those were all impactful. I don't know defining, even Kurt Cobain, but I don't know. I think that while the boomers had the drug deaths of like Janis Joplin and Jim Morrison, you know, all these other 27 clubbers and stuff. You also had Elvis and everything. That was like boomer generation. And I think Kurt Cobain was really leading the grunge movement and grunge / alternative. And he was like peaking. He was on the top. And so I think the reason why Gen X at that time did get affected by it, by his death, is because it was like the first big death of a musician in the grunge and alternative. They're still hanging on. Oh, the boomers. I know, they're still hanging on. Yeah, of course, there's some great boomers. It's so funny, Maven. We were thinking the same thing at the same time. Ah! Okay, let's see. I'm just going to skip over all the talk about it. Oh my God, we don't need all that talk about it. And let's see, what have they got next?
9. Black Monday. Most Gen Xers were too young to have made investments in the 80s, but when your parents start talking like it's the end of the world, you tend to pay attention. The stock market crash on October 19th, 1987 began in Hong Kong and spread to Europe and North America.
Okay, the stock market crash, 1987. My ex-husband and I think we might have actually had some money market account or something. I don't know. It didn't impact me that didn't. No, for me, no real impact on that. When Black Friday comes, you remember this? Yeah, I mean, I remember it happening. I think when we had stocks, we were living in Newman, so that would have been in the 90s. We didn't move there until the 90s. So if this happened in 87, this happened before we had stocks. Heck, I only had one kid. I had Jasmine. I didn't even have James yet. James was born in 88. So yeah, this flew right over my head. You were 17 and had a lot of stock. You watched This Mojo Is So Trash. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I was 7. I see, you're being sarcastic. You're being snarky. We love snark here. I was 17 and had a lot of stock. Yeah, it was too young to care. Exactly. Oh, by the way, since this is my birthday, and we're talking about Gen X and the 80s, check out this decade. Chalet, you might have heard me say this before. The decade of the 80s in my life Okay. 80 to 84 was my high school. I was a freshman in 1980. I graduated in 1984. I was married in 1985. I had like February. And then October, I had Jasmine in 85. Then in 88, I had James. January 88, I had James. And then in September of 89, I had Danny. So I had all 4 of my high school years getting married, and I had all 3 of my kids in the decade of the 80s. Oh, how weird is that? Oh my God. Okay, so 2 bombs so far on this video. What do they got next? Let's see here.
It's a similar panic themselves when the dot-com bubble burst at the turn of the millennium. Number 8, Jonestown. The shocking news of the Jonestown mass suicide reached even those in their early teens, such as the eldest Gen Xers. On November 18, 1978, Jim Jones, the leader of American religious cult the People's Temple in Guyana, orchestrated the mass murder-suicide of over 900 members. Coupled with everything else going on in the world, Jonestown was...
There's the Kool-Aid. All right. I was 12 years old. And I'm 60. I was born in 66. Gen X started in 65, and I was 12. So that means the oldest Gen X would have been 13. No. What defined the boomers? I think the boomers were affected by it, for sure. Mumsy says I was busy in the 80s. I was. That's why I don't know any of the 80s music. Chalet says 85 graduated, 86 had a baby, 88 had baby, 94 had baby. Woohoo! So you had that. What I mean, technically, that was all within a from the mid-decade to the next mid-decade. It was also within 10 years. So there's a bit of a parallel there. You won't even talk about the 80s for me. Oh, yeah, you shared us some heartbreaking stuff last time. I'm guessing maybe some of that happened in the 80s. Didn't affect us. We were already poor. Yeah, the stock market thing. Just think, you became a grandmother early. Yeah, wasn't that fun to be a young, vibrant grandma? I did you a favor. Chalet was also busy. Absolutely, Queen. All right. So Jonestown, that's 3 bombs in a row. What do we got next? The Oklahoma, was that next? Yeah, Black Monday. Yeah, 3, so 7. All right. Oklahoma City. Now that, yes. And watch that. And I think that could count. I don't know about defining, but it was definitely something I think that as a generation, we're young adults, we're young parents. The fact that it was a daycare that, so many little kids died. I mean, I went by there in before I came here, so in 2006 on the Roller Love Tour. If you guys been watching me for a while, and so Route 66 goes through Oklahoma City, and so we went by the memorial, and there's still like this chain link fence that they've got up. So there's where the building was, there's like a memorial garden kind of thing, but on the street there's a chain link fence that still has memorials tied onto it. So what are you guys saying? Chalet says she found something she was good at. Mumsy says yes. Queen says you are good at many things, Chalet. Oh, the line was from Coal Miner's Daughter. Okay. I found something I was good at. That was a great movie, by the way. Was it Sissy Spacek that played Loretta Lynn? Great movie. Doolittle said it to Loretta before he bought her that guitar and she started going honky tonk. Okay. So sad. Yeah, this happening was very sad. Sissy Spacek and Tommy Lee Jones. It must have been a younger Tommy Lee Jones. I should watch it. I wonder if it's on Netflix. It'd be good to watch it again. All right. So we got 1 out of 4 that, at least if it wasn't defining, at least it was a shared experience.
Reminds me of when we lost so many wonderful, good people for such a lousy, no good reason.
The scale of the destruction rocked the nation to its
Not at the
core.
end.
Number 6, Operation.
Oh, this was the first time, okay, so we had CNN and we had 24-hour news. All right. But this was the first time that it was a war in real time. World War II, Vietnam, whatever. It was like footage that got sent back maybe the next day you saw it. And I think usually when it comes to war, the government would censor what they were going to show the public because they didn't want to give the enemy any secrets to their location or something like this, because they could watch the video and then say, oh, well, I know where they are. They might see something that's a landmark and go, I know where they are, and then bomb them or something, right? So everything got censored. And this was the first time that we were watching war happening in real time. The first time ever in history of the planet that we were seeing it in real time. And so, that, and watching the tracer bullets of anti-aircraft fire, I guess, gunfire. I remember thinking, we sing the Star-Spangled Banner about the rockets, red glare, bombs bursting in air. And I'm going, this is like similar. This is like, I mean, we have more technology now than they had back then, but how frightful it would be to be in that place it wasn't fireworks. It was bombs and guns that were, bursting in the air. And so I remember having a sense of that as I was watching this too. What are you guys saying? Dun, 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 dun. Okay, going on comments back to Coal Miner's Daughter. Shalay says it's on YouTube, free. Alrighty. Shalay says she thinks she was in 7th grade when she saw it. Queen says it's a good movie. Shalay saw it in the theater. It's part of the soundtrack of my life. Isn't that a nice comment? I love that. Let me put it there. It's part of the soundtrack of my life. That is so poetic. And then Queen saying for Desert Storm, yes, I remember this. Snow says, here is an accurate one. Damn Bush crime family. 100% agree with you there. This was Daddy Bush. Shalay says, yeah, my stepbrother was in Desert Storm. Still have a letter he sent me to say he's fine. Wow. And Shalay says, yes, no, Daddy Bush especially. And Queen says, exactly, Maven. I'll never forget it. Junior was following protocol. Yes, he was. I Pet Goat 2.0 if you want a dose of reality. And you got to watch it with somebody breaking it down for you, because there is so much in every friggin' little detail. So I Pet Goat 2.0 is an animated cartoon. I don't know, maybe it's 10 or 15 minutes long. And the stuff, the predictive stuff that's in there, and it's mind blowing how they would have the information. I mean, it's almost like remote viewing or something like if they were remote viewing things that were going to happen in the future, all laid out. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. The Challenger explosion should be in here. This probably might be number 1. 92, 86, whatever. You did 3 breakdowns of it: social psychology, and idiocracy. Yeah. Oh, I bet that sounds great. Is that on a YouTube video, or is that a paper that you wrote? Because I know you've got a PhD. All right. So enough talk about Desert Storm. Let's see what's number 5. Oh, I wonder if they've got those tracer bullets, because that was so famous. Let me see what this is.
Over here.
People were watching missiles drop in real time on the other side of the world. CNN's coverage in particular changed not only the face of news, but people's understanding of war as well. Number 5, the rise of the personal computer.
You are now free to operate all electronic devices.
Okay, the rise of the personal computer. Oops. There we go. The rise of the personal computer in the 90s. This I would have to agree with this one. I remember the first computer that we had was a Commodore Commodore something, Commodore 60, Commodore 90. What was I don't remember the number after it, but it was Commodore something. We went to a timeshare presentation and got the free computer for going to the timeshare presentation. And that was my first. Well, growing up in Silicon Valley, some of the friends on my street actually had computers. It was all C prompt stuff, and I really enjoyed playing on them, but most of the time we were outside playing. So there wasn't a lot of inside time playing. And I can only think of one friend, lived 2 houses down, I think. There was my grandmother's house. Then there was, gosh, I can't think of the name of the people right next door, but they had some teenagers that my Uncle John's age. And then I can't remember if there's 1 house or 2 houses, but it was, I think, that next house. And then Martha Brown lived on the end of that block. And that kid had a computer, but yeah, they became more accessible. There was a big war between Apple and IBM, as far as which, the MS-DOS or whatever, or versus Apple. I remember seeing a presentation, kind of like a commercial, but more like a promotional thing. Gosh, was it on a disc? Did I play that disc in my other computer? And it was talking about all the things that the Apple could do and how it just made sense the way everything was set up. I thought, wow, this is good, but they were so expensive. There was no way I could afford to get one. Commodore 64. Thank you, guys. Sorry, slow reading the comments today. Snow says she has iPet Goat 2 YouTube videos. Idiocracy was a teaching point for your 20 times level courses. Cool. Okay, so Snow, go ahead and put a link to your YouTube channel again. You would say commercialization of the Cisco internet backbone. Alrighty. C prompt is DOS 6.22. Thank you. Snow, only friend my mother allowed me to keep was the computer I bought with babysitting money. Good for you. Okay, so yeah, I think we can all agree that floppy disks, doing a budget. I mean, it was very simple things. You had Quicken was a program, like a spreadsheet program in order to do budget. I don't think it was like Excel spreadsheet today. It wasn't like a blank. It actually had fill in the blank boxes that then would set up. So like you make a category of food and a category of transportation and a category of housing or utilities. And then it would like make a report out. You'd enter in like, you could balance your checkbook with it if you wanted to, and stuff. And then of course, kind of like a Word document type program where you could just type. It was more like typing, I don't even think it was called Word yet. I don't think Word came until Microsoft, because there was also a program called Corel that I loved using Corel. I thought it functioned better than Word, but they couldn't like read each other, They did one or the other. Challenger. Okay, let's see if that's next. Done talking about the computer. There it is, number 4, the Space Shuttle Challenger disaster. So yeah, I remember watching it live, and I could see immediately that it had exploded. All right. I think everybody watching on TV could see there was no mistaking that it had exploded and that all of those people were now dead. And then the next shot on the TV was of the family standing at Cape Canaveral looking up, kind of like with this puzzled look on their face, like, what just happened? And I'm like, and remember having this thought, oh my goodness, they don't know that their family is dead, but I know before them that their family is dead. And it was just this weird feeling. That was my biggest takeaway of the whole thing happening. What are you guys saying? Chalet was in Florida looking out, watching it. You were pregnant and sick. And Queen says it was crazy. And the school children, yeah, my kids were too little to be in school. I was already a young mother. So I myself didn't have that experience about the kids in school watching it. But I know that because one of the astronauts was Sally, whatever, that was a teacher, that schools across America were all set up for those kids to watch it live. And then this happened. And so I think it was very traumatic for them. 86. So that's the beginning. That's the cusp between, this is the end of Gen X. No, well, end of Gen X is 80, right? So yeah, the kids watching this were millennials. Coco, you lived in Coco, Florida. Okay, there's Snow. Here's Snow's channel. So make sure you go to her channel and look out, find her video on I Pet Goat 2.0 or I Pet Goat 2. I know it has a weird name. I think it was made in Canada or something. I don't think there's any words unless there's something like on a chalkboard or whatever, right? But I don't think there's any speaking throughout the whole thing. It's just animation that you just watch. Okay, Chalet says very sad around Florida for sure. Memorials, people made memorials and left them in the beach. Snow says she was waiting for a ride to work and watching it on television. You were standing getting ready and your knees buckled in cold chills. Oh my gosh, I bet. Queen says we watched it in school. You were 9 years old when it happened. So you're one that did experience that. Snow says a lot of words actually in writing. I didn't realize there was any speaking. I don't think I've ever, I'm going to watch your video because I don't think I've ever actually seen the whole thing from start to finish. I've only seen parts and like people talking about different parts of it. So I know of it and I know the basics of it, but I've never seen the whole thing. Even the name has powerful references. W speaks in it too. We watched in horror and shock at the devastating event. Exactly. And so sometimes a trauma will bond people too, for sure. All right. And I don't think 9/11 would be in this video. So Space Space shuttle. What's number 3? The AIDS crisis. Where does it say that? Why is there no thing that says the AIDS crisis? Oh, there it is. Okay. So yeah, I would say the AIDS crisis was significant, because with the boomers and at least us as Gen X thinking about the the hippies and the free love and all this kind of stuff, we weren't into that as much, because nobody knew how 100% how AIDS was transmitted. I mean, it was obvious that the gay community was breaking out in AIDS more than other people. I mean, okay, I know a lot now about the AIDS epidemic and how it started and like what it was and stuff, what I believe it was. But at the time, as we were teenagers and you've hit puberty, you're dating, all this. I mean, no, the free love kind of thing was like over. That ended with the AIDS crisis. What do you guys say? Discovery of HIV/AIDS, yes, agree. I would say it's number 1. Well, they've got it as number 3, but okay, Snow says number 1. It changed everything about drugs, drinking, sex, everything. Exactly. And nobody knows how it came to be. Well, I can tell you a few things after I read your comments. Gen X is the consummate middle child, paying for parents' nursing homes, uncle's retirement, kids of 5 generations, college and school fees, and millennials drunk driving bailouts. Marsha. But we know how it came to be. Fauci. Fauci. Maven knows, I know. Definitely ended the free love era. Exactly. So a little, in case you didn't know, and I didn't know Fauci's name attached to this. Okay, the information I'm going to tell you is without the Fauci factor. All right. There were vaccinations that were created and distributed through newspaper ads that described a clinical trial. And if you meet these requirements, like if you're male, female, age between this and this, blah, 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 right? They basically set it up that it described male gay lifestyle. Okay. So that the only people that would qualify for, I mean, without coming out and saying, if you're gay, you can participate in this trial. They set it up where all the requirements for the participants would end up being gay. All right. So all, and I think it was a clinical trial where they probably paid you. Right. So, and they put it in Miami and they put it in San Francisco and maybe Atlanta, they put it in gay hotspots. They ran the newspaper ad in the classifieds in the gay hotspots. Gay men signed up for this this immunization clinic, clinical trial. Then AIDS breaks out. Now, the other little piece of information is that if you look under a microscope of this particular bovine meaning cow disease, I don't remember the name of it. All right. I'm sure you could look it up and find the information somewhere. But you look under the microscope of this particular bovine. Oh, by the way, accepted as mankind has bio-created, bio warfare kind of thing, whatever. It was made in a lab. and it only affects cows, right? And you look at it under a microscope, and the structure of it is a particular structure. Then you look at the one, again, made by, I hear a cat fight outside, made by man for sheep. So it's the same thing, but it's made for sheep. You look at that under a microscope, and it has that same structure. And then you look at AIDS, and it has that same structure. So if the bovine one that only affects cows was man-made, and then the ovine sheep one was man-made and only affects sheep, and then you see the same structure for AIDS in humans, it makes sense that it was also man-made. And now, after COVID, everybody searched into like, well, what did Fauci do before this? He was in charge of the AIDS research and the AIDS stuff. So he was definitely involved in all that. Okay, I said my piece. Let me see your comments now. Maven knows under the yups. I am one of 5 kids, Queen says already. Monkey fuckers. I'm sorry I said that out loud. Yeah, so I don't think it didn't. It did come from green monkeys. You know why? Because the green monkeys are what they use in the labs. They weren't out in Africa until after they had been made in the NIH or something. You know, there's a particular lab where they were doing all this. It's all documented. Deborah Burks is the real demon. Okay, I'm not familiar with her name, but I'm gonna trust you. Queen says, I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on this, Maven. The thoughts that you wrote that before I just shared what I shared? Burks. Oh, okay, yeah, however you spell it. Yeah, Fauci and Burks. Okay, yeah. I remember her. Yeah, evil. Snow says she still holds that what we call COVID-19 is actually a failure of the Chinese immune system to survive the Gates vax for the real deal. We got a brief look at it before lockdowns. Oh yeah, and the Gates vax, you know, a lot of that is actually where you can't get pregnant, infertile. There's a word for that when you actually make someone infertile. When it's like all over India. You've got a whole generation of young women who can't have babies, you know, because of Gates. Fauci and Birx both were in charge of the billions of AIDS money laundering too. Oh yeah, totally. Hence, no V pour moi. No V for you. Okay, got it. Correct about the green monkeys. Yes, Deborah Birx. Yes, she did. Yes, Maven. Okay. That, yeah. You wanted me to expound, and then I did. Look at that. I just got it. I got it into my brain from you, even though I hadn't seen the comment yet. Yeah, it reached me. All right. So that's number 3. We all agree that was definitely okay. They did good on that one. Still AIDS. Oh, the LA riots. There we go. I don't know about you guys, but this affected me. I had young kids. I was in Central California. I was like 5 hours north of LA. I had feared that these riots were going to spread all the way to me and across the US. I mean, I didn't see any way that it was going to end. And I remember, I mean, some iconic things were like the Korean store owners with like machine guns standing on top of their stores to protect their stores from looters and everything. But the thing that affected me most was Rodney, not Rodney Dangerfield, Rodney somebody. He's the truck driver that, like, he just took the exit off. It was like an elevated freeway. I think it was elevated, maybe not, but he took an exit off the freeway and came to an intersection where he didn't know the riots were going on. He had nothing to do with it. He had this like long blonde hair, kind of like a rocker, kind of long blonde hair. And the riots were going on, and he stopped at the intersection, and the rioters just pulled him out of his truck, were beating him up. There's like, one's got like, I don't know if it's a fire extinguisher or something, if I recall. And he puts it over his head and goes wham right on his skull. And there's just blood everywhere. And this was like live. It was live on TV as it was happening. I didn't see this one happen live. I saw a replay of it, because then the friend of mine was going like, what do you think about the truck driver or whatever? And I thought, it's like, yeah, that was horrible. I thought that they were talking about something else that I had seen. And, but all of this was like by the helicopters live. And then he was able to crawl back into his truck, and they were still attacking his truck. And he moved the truck forward a little bit into the intersection. And then there was a pastor who lived a few houses down or a street down or something. And he saw this happening live on TV. He ran out of his house and ran to him. Reginald Denny, that was his name. I don't know, you guys might have already said it. Reginald Denny. He ran to rescue. He didn't know if they were going to kill him too, but if he was going to die, he was going to die trying to save this guy's life. And they were able to get him, take him out of the truck and put him in a vehicle and drive him to the hospital. And he survived. I wrote to him in the hospital. Oh gosh, I'm like almost having tears right now. It affected me. I wrote letters to the editor about it. I wrote him personally at the hospital. Let me see what you guys are saying. Okay, so no vax for Queen. Also, me, I have an actual medical excuse from a doctor. So I didn't get it. Chalet, I was on the other side, so I didn't hear the other side of the country. Yeah, can't we all just get along? So the riots happened when the jury came back with the other Ronnie something. So there was a black guy beaten by cops. There was video with the old camcorders. Somebody got video of the cops beating this guy, and it was bad. The cops went on trial. The cops were found not guilty. And when that not guilty verdict was announced, the riots started. Okay. And the news and the police and the mayor or whatever got him on TV saying, got him up in front of the camera saying, can't we all just get along? And that became like an iconic statement. Rodney King. So there was Reginald Denny was the truck driver that was pulled out, and Rodney King is the guy that had been beaten by the cops. The verdict. Yeah, Rodney King. Surprised he survived all that. Yeah, I wonder. So I'm gonna play
the Los Angeles riots.
I just want to say, can we all get along? Can we get along?
Racism has affected every generation of Americans, past and present. We've already talked about Generation X's association with cynicism and distrust. But arguably no single abuse of power left a greater mark than what occurred on March 3rd, 1991. This is the day that the LAPD was filmed savagely beating African-American construction worker Rodney King. Even though it was all on video, a predominantly white jury acquitted the officers.
It sends a bad message. It says it's okay to go ahead and beat somebody when they're down and kick the crap out of them, and it's okay because if it's not videotaped, don't worry about it. Another brother officer won't turn you in.
Within hours of the verdict, an outraged public expressed their frustration and rage in the 1992 Los Angeles riots, which saw 63 people killed and over 12,000 arrests. The following year, the Department of Justice convicted 2 of the officers of violating King's civil rights.
Well, I think justice has been served finally. I just, hope everybody just stay calm and, there's nothing left to burn.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your Sun, the fall of the Berlin.
Okay, so Reginald Denny, truck driver. So let me share this tab instead. So this is the guy. This is him now, or this is him after his surgery. His hair is starting to grow back and everything. So
years ago, LA became embedded in a dark part of the country's history, the LA riots.
there
What we
he is
saw
on the
tore us
ground.
apart, and
There,
much
there.
of what we saw from the air.
Yeah.
Many reporters helped record history. One of them, our own Hal Eisner.
And there was a pilot who showed us what it was like from the air. Hal spoke to him. Hal, what was it like 30 years ago?
Well, it was something you simply never forget. April 29th, 1992. It was a Wednesday. It started off.
That was at the intersection of Florence and Normandy, and Tur was overhead.
We were able to convince the news director that I worked for to go ahead and get us on the air so we can warn people about what was happening at Florence and Normandy.
And there's no police presence down here.
Then came the infamous beating of truck driver Reginald Denny.
Within seconds, his door was ripped open. Mr. Denny was pulled from the vehicle and he was beaten. He was kicked.
A brick was thrown at his head. He had serious injuries. All that 30 years ago. News coverage from the sky with technology that did the job.
But today, light years ahead.
Tur, who now works in the Silicon Valley with some of the newest emerging news technology.
All righty. Let me see what you guys are saying. I feel justice was never served. That should have never been allowed to happen ever. Yeah. Well, I think, didn't they finally reverse the decision or something? Or you mean justice was never served for Reginald Denny or for Rodney King? I don't know. The whole thing was terrible. So, I mean, that was huge for me. He said afterwards that once they pulled him out of the truck, he blacked out. And so all the horrific stuff that we watched, and even him trying to get up and all of that, his mind had blacked it all out. For either. Yeah, that whole situation, And the thing that really amazed me was that they never went to Beverly Hills or the Hollywood Hills or Santa Monica. They were just burning down their own businesses and homes. They stayed in their own area, and I mean, I really thought that if they were if it was mainly Black people that were angry at white people, wouldn't you go burn down the houses of white people? I mean, that's what's logical, not burning down your own houses. So in the end, I mean, I kept expecting that to happen. And after 2 or 3 days, it's it didn't move in. Of course, a lot of those places did get private security or National Guard or whatever guarding their communities. Yeah, controlled opposition for sure. Let's have some crisis so that we can, provide a solution. But so coming back here, the last one, the fall of the Berlin Wall. I definitely think that was something that we all remember. And in particular, David Hasselhoff, the Knight Rider, standing there. And one of the reasons why is because in East Germany, they didn't have freedom of pop culture, I guess you could say, of Western products. And so bootlegged videotapes would get through to the East. And one of the bootlegs was Knight Rider. So, I mean, this was before. I mean, I don't know. When was Baywatch? I'll just look it up. I won't share. Baywatch, not the film, the TV drama series. Give me when it started. Baywatch Hawaii. No, Baywatch start. What year did Baywatch start? 1989. So see, there weren't black market videos there yet. Even though the fall of Berlin happened in 1989, Baywatch, there was no black market Baywatch yet. They had grown up on black market Knight Rider. Yeah, it was major, Queen, definitely. Let's see if they've got a picture. I'll try to just scroll through here. See if they've got David Hasselhoff. You had all kinds of stuff like this. And really, it was kind of unbelievable because the Berlin Wall was such a symbol, you know, and also a symbol of the Cold War, a symbol of relations between America and the USSR. And the Cold War had been going on since the 50s. So you're talking 30 plus years of Cold War. We didn't expect it to end. And when Ronald Reagan said, you know, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall, we didn't think it was going to happen. Watch more. Okay, so let me share this tab instead. David Hasselhoff, and then we add so see you had pictures like this, whatever. Oh, that's just a fake, you know. Oh, here he comes, older, going back to a section. There, the Brandenburg Gate. So I don't know if he just happened to be in Europe at the time. Or if he actually went there once it started coming down, if he actually went there, or if he was already in Europe, so he went over there, or if he went from America. I don't know the whole story behind that. But yeah, it was pretty big. Remember Hurricane Andrew? I remember, I think Hurricane Andrew, isn't that the one where people were having hurricane parties? I mean, and that was like the first time I'd ever heard of like hurricane parties. Florida can't keep up with the hurricanes. Nazis are still active. True. That was a symbol of a lot of things at the time. It was very emotional to watch. I shed tears of happiness for them all. Exactly. I mean, so definitely that's a good one to put in there. So yeah, we had some hits and we had some misses. So that piano necktie, I know. I think it's a scarf. But all righty. Let's see. Stop sharing the screen. Here we go. So there you go. Happy birthday. You know, I hope that you guys had fun. I am so happy that you guys shared my birthday with me today. Queen says, I was watching these events on black and white TV, and they still resonate and are in vivid technicolor in my mind. Wow. Poetic. For sure. So thank you again for, being with me here. For me, it's the end. It's 10:46 p.m. on the day of my birthday. So it's almost over. And, I'm sharing it with you guys, and that makes me happy. So thank you so much. Happy birthday. Enjoy my weekend. Thank you, Chalet. I don't have any big plans. But yeah, and happy birthday to Snow too. And doesn't somebody have one in a couple of days after us? Weren't there 3? Or was it just the number, but it was a different month for Chalet? I think that's what it was. Yeah, I appreciate it. Hey, if anybody wants, in the description box, there's a thing about Bodia Spa, which has a website. So if you're in America, you can just go to the website and you can buy a gift certificate, and it's like $30, I think, for a massage. So you can, the instructions are there if you want to like buy me a massage. It's not any kind of like special, buy me a coffee kind of thing. It's not a program like that, or some kind of app or whatever. No, it's just their website. You put my email in there, and then they will send me an email notification that a gift certificate was purchased, and I just show them the email and I get my massage. So of course the website has all the prices and stuff like that on there. So, a body facial or a foot massage or a hand massage or something like that, just mentioning it, November 12th. Okay. Yeah, that's what it was, Chalet. Snow says the title 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 3 and 3 are the 3 bars in the barcode for the UPC. Each has a 6. 666. In the pet goat one, iPet goat 2.0. You mean in that? I'm not sure which title you're talking about. But there's Mumsy. Mumsy found emojis. Good for you, Mumsy. I got a balloon and a smiley face licking its chops. I ate my last See's Candy Mayfair this afternoon. I saved one for my birthday. And it was my birthday in the afternoon. So I ate it. Yummy, yummy. Did a great job making Maven, Christine. Oh, wow. That's amazing. So since it's my birthday and my mom birthed me, Chalet's telling Mumsy she did a great job. How nice of you to think of Mumsy on my birthday because she was the one that was giving birth. I've never thought of that before, ever in my life. You are amazing, Chalet. What? Boom! Mind blown. Wow. Happy birthing day, Queen says to Christine. Christine is Mumsy. Snow, scroll up for the link to iPet Goat 2 video. Woohoo! Oh, there it is. There it is. Let me show it here. It's like that. Hopefully in the replay, you guys can copy that and click on it to go to it and watch it. Definitely, you guys want to watch it. Mumsy says, thank you. Queen is that mouse emojis? And Chalet has heart emoji. Snow says, I don't give my bio mother credit at all for myself. Well, sometimes that's the case. Sometimes that's the case. And if you've made yourself who you are, then good for Snow. Queen, definitely agree, Chalet. Chalet says, oh, yes, the birthing day. Queen, queen, queen. All righty. So it's that time. It's time. And don't forget that love transcends time and space. So that wherever and whenever you are watching this, know that I love you. Yes, I do. I love you. You guys are awesome. And you know, you have a place in my life and in my heart. So thank you so much for watching my videos and celebrating my birthday with me. I've absolutely enjoyed it. And yeah, weekend, and probably won't have another show until next Tuesday. But you never know, if I get a bug up my rear end and think, you know what, I'm going to do a video. I'm going to do a live stream. Then, you know, make sure you got the notification bell turned on. As Queen always says, thumbs up the video, as I never usually say it. And but when you subscribe, make sure, because I'm not going to be bombarding you all the time, you know, with notifications of things being uploaded. So, you know, go ahead and turn on the notification bell, and that way, if I'm going live, you'll get a notification. If I do a rare unscheduled live, which could happen or maybe not, we'll just have to see. Wonderful to be here. Happy birthday one more time. Thank you, Snow. Kisses from Chalet. Queen says, much love and take care to my friends. That's right. All right. So see you next time. Same bat time, same bat channel next Tuesday. Bye.